This week on Competition Ready, we're taking on the pinnacle of automotive excellence, the 1933 Rolls-Royce Phantom II. This one belonging to renowned collector and enthusiast known as Doc. We've come to Amelia Island, Florida, to get this majestic machine detailed before it's due to roll across the stage at the legendary Amelia Island Concours. This is an immense undertaking for an immense car. We've got a lot of ground to cover and not a whole lot of time. When the world's top builders need a show-stopping finish, they call Bob McKee and his team of expert detailers to prepare their custom creations for some of the most prestigious automotive events in the industry. Join me and detail pro Mike Phillips as we team up with the country's best surface technicians to polish these incredible cars to perfection at that critical final moment before the doors open and the crowds begin to arrive. From the shop to the show, we're there to make these rides competition ready. We're about halfway done with this incredible Rolls. There's a lot of real estate to cover on this car. Not to mention, not only do we have to live up to Amelia Island standards, but exceed them. There's a lot of pressure to excel, but we knew this was gonna be an intense project once Doc gave us the initial call.
Hello, this is Bob.
Hey, Bob, this is Doc over in sunny Florida.
Hey, Doc, how you been?
Doing the best I can for a poor boy.
It's always great talking to Doc. He's such a great guy.
I have a small problem that I hope you can help me with.
Well, you know, we always try to do our best. Go ahead, Doc.
I have a Rolls-Royce, a 33 Phantom II, that was chosen to go to the Amelia show. It needs a lot of detail in order for it to be anywhere close to being competitive for the show.
Can you tell me a little bit about the car itself and the condition of the paint there, Doc?
You know, the car was painted some years ago. It has good gloss to it. It doesn't have any cracks or crazing or anything like that. It doesn't show any flaws. It's only one of 30 chassis sent to the U.S., of course, in 1933, so it's a pretty rare car.
Well, it's got to look good to be on the lawn at Amelia, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Listen, do you have some type of time frame that you need us to work on?
Yeah, I'm really going to be in a crunch on this. If we could just pull it off in a day just prior to the show, it would help my man out to get the car loaded in time.
Well, that's a pretty big challenge that we have on that, Doc, but we're up for it, and we'll take care of you.
Okay, fair enough. I really appreciate it.
All right, you have a good one.
Take
Bye
care,
now.
Bob.
This is definitely going to be a challenge, but I'm confident we can handle it.
Doc is no stranger to rare and elegant cars. He spent years building his personal collection, accruing an amazing and diverse selection of absolutely stunning rides.
Once you're past 7 cars, you're crazy. Because after that, you can't maintain the batteries in them. You can't keep the maintenance on them, the oil changes, the tires. Think about it. You have 30 cars. That's 120 tires on the ground. I mean, just to say, I'm going out and put air in the tires take you 2 days, you know?
Doc has always had a passion for the unique, and it shows in his collection. Each one of these classic cars is a timepiece, a historical testament to excellence from the eras to which they belong. And his Rolls-Royce Phantom II is an incredible example of pre-war craftsmanship and artistry.
The immediate problem I foresaw when they requested the car was that these custom cars have a lot of very unique pieces on them. For example, the doorknobs are solid ivory, and the top edge of the doors are silver-plated, which means that I need somebody that can clean up that car, get it to show-ready condition so I can get it up to Amelia.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hey, Bob, how's it going?
I just got off the phone with a private collector. He got invited to Amelia Island. He needs our help. Let's go to a motor coach and figure this out.
All right, sounds good.
You comfortable, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah, always.
A good friend of mine, Doc, has asked us to come and work on one of his cars in his private collection. It's a 1933 Rolls-Royce Phantom II.
Well, the first thing I notice is it's about as big as a school bus.
It's a large one, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car.
It looks like it has a lacquer finish on that, Mike.
Well, traditionally, that's what these cars would have had, too, is a lacquer finish, and lacquers tend to be very soft.
It'll be really easy to buff out, but it's gonna take a lot of time.
Yeah, it'll be easy to buff out, but also be easy to damage if a guy's not careful.
And it's got some unique aspects to it. The doorknobs are ivory.
Interesting.
Is there any type of special product that we're gonna need to tackle those?
I've got a guy, he's a Rolls-Royce guy, I can ask him.
The chauffeur interior is a black leather.
In the back seat, it's made of a wool material because Rolls-Royce, it's not a driver's car designed to be chauffeured in, so it's a lot softer, and it's a material that you don't normally see in modern automobiles. But
Yeah.
we got products for it, though.
Everything that you bring us is a challenge, but this does look like a challenge, plus the size. It's enormous.
Yeah, the rivets and the grill especially, I mean, we're looking at half a day just for those alone.
A lot of real estate for us to cover and not a lot of time.
Let's get on it.
Let's get
Yeah,
it
big
going.
car, so we need lots of products.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna put the entire garage
We can do that.
into the CR van.
Yeah, well, no problem there.
Cars like this are quirky. You never know what you're gonna get into. I have no idea how many people have worked on it before us and what they've done. And until we see the car in person, it's just, everything's up in the air.
And this event isn't just for show. There are judges scrutinizing every vehicle on the lawn. And Doc is hoping to not only create a buzz with his beautiful Rolls, but to drive home with one of the class awards.
The hope is, you know, after Mike and his crew handle the car and get it detailed to the nines, that it will go up into a very stiff competition of other early Rolls-Royces and pull a class award.
Okay, thanks guys.
Once the team gets here, we'll have no time to waste. We gotta unload and immediately get to work. Time to make this beauty shine.
This episode of Competition Ready is brought to you by Lake Country Manufacturing, driving innovative buffing solutions since 1977.
The key to a great show car finish is to start with superior buffing products from Lake Country Manufacturing. For nearly 40 years, Lake Country Manufacturing has provided car enthusiasts with a comprehensive line of buffing solutions that combine the highest quality materials and expertise with the latest innovations, putting you in the driver's seat. From wool to foam pads and everything in between, what drives us is offering the best buffing products and tools to make you and your car shine. Lake Country Manufacturing, driving innovative buffing solutions since 1977.
Doc has a stellar collection of cars, and he's bringing this amazing 33 Rolls to Amelia Island Concours D'Elegance. The only problem is, this beauty needs about 1 week's worth of detailing done in 1 day. So Doc called Autogeek's Bob McKee.
I called Bob and asked Bob if he could get the car detailed for me so that it would be a contender in a very, very tough class of Rolls-Royces to be shown at Amelia.
And now, I'm riding shotgun with Autogeek detailing wizard Mike Phillips, and we've been sent in to save the day. Doc's personal mechanic and collection caretaker, Wes Brown, is also here to point out a few specifics about the car.
Wow, there she is.
Yep, there she is.
Yeah, we've got a lot of different materials here. Obvious leather, wood, nickel, silver, chrome, ivory.
So let's take a look at the outside of the car. Is there any known issues that you know need to be addressed right now?
Yeah, the grill really needs a lot of attention.
We'll bring back the brilliance, as I like to say, for things like that. This actually, you're right, it's a beautiful grill. It just needs some help.
Yeah, that really sets the car off. The front end of a Rolls-Royce is what everybody looks at.
It's a very ornate body style, and a lot of this work we'll probably have to knock out by hand. Maybe we should take a look at the engine compartment. Overall, it's not bad, but it does need a thorough cleaning before it's display ready. So this is real detailed work doing engine compartments like this.
This is why I called you guys. It's going to be very important to show as well as we can at Amelia Island tomorrow.
Mike, should we get started? Lots of work to do.
More work than you can imagine. I got some good guys for this project.
And right on cue, before I have to unload any of the heavy stuff, the team arrives ready to work.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Perfect timing. This car is massive. There's a ton of work to do and no time to waste.
Now, the first thing we got to do, if you look at this car, it's absolutely covered with pollen. It's that time of year here in Florida. Normally, you don't introduce running water where it could get into all the cracks and crevices, potentially causing rust. So we're gonna use a waterless wash and spray down a lot of product, go through a lot of towels. So every time you make a wipe, you don't wanna use that same part of the towel to make your next wipe so you don't drag the dirt you just removed over the paint, potentially putting scratches in. We're here to get the scratches out, not put them in. So let's get busy.
All right, let's go.
The secret to working out in the sun like this is to shrink the size of your work area down. So if normally you might spray the entire hood, maybe do half the hood.
Okay.
Because that way
does it dry?
It doesn't dry, yeah.
This is a lot of pollen.
If you guys are working around anything, like say the windshield wipers here, you know, be careful when you pull them out. Now these are actually real fragile. I'm pretty sure you can't run down to your local auto parts store and buy a wiper blade for a 1933 Rolls-Royce Phantom II.
They might be out of stock.
Town car. So after I get the pollen wiped off, you can actually see the true condition of the paint with the sun directly overhead shining down and starting to show all the swirls and scratches in this finish. The trick is get to where the sun is either overhead or across from me, so when I look down, it's shining and then reflecting back up to my eyes. You know, if I was standing on your side and trying to look, I wouldn't be able to see them, so you gotta be opposite of the sun.
Okay, yeah.
Detailing a car out in the elements has its ups and downs. We definitely have no trouble seeing what we're working with. But at the same time, all that pollen we've been removing is being replaced by other natural airborne contaminants. Not to mention, black metal in the sun can be a little difficult to work with.
Oh, man, that's hot.
We finally managed to finish the waterless wash. Now we can move on to the claying phase.
Take your clay and put it between your fists, and then you want to do the Hulk. You know, the green guy. Then I just take my thumbs, finish kneading it out till it's a pancake about 5 inches in diameter, just like that. There's actually quite a bit of contamination on the paint of this Rolls-Royce. And they said the paint job was 5 or 6 years old, so it's easy for just anything in the air, you know, to land on this car, build up, and that's what it looks like when you clay a dirty car.
All right, Mike, so what's gonna be our next step?
I want to test the paint and find out if it's base coat, clear coat, or single stage.
Now, how do you do that?
Well, this is the McKee's 37 Fast Compound. It's an aggressive cut compound, and I'm gonna rub it against the paint, and the abrasives will actually cut into the paint. Now, if it's single stage, when I turn this over, we'll see gray color. If we don't see any color at all, that means it's clear coat, because clear has no color. So the whole car is obviously painted with the base coat, clear coat paint system.
This is a serious challenge. We're making elegance more elegant, beauty more beautiful, but if there's any team that can make this happen, it's these guys.
Whether you're a novice or professional, Autogeek can cover all your car care needs.
We carry all the brands you know and trust, plus tips and techniques and how-to articles and videos on our friendly discussion forum.
Autogeek is your car care authority. They helped us in our shop. They can help you in your garage.
For more information, visit autogeek.com.
Tomorrow morning, Doc's beautiful 33 Rolls-Royce Phantom II will make its way to the concourse and absolutely has to be flawless. The standards are extremely stringent and won't accommodate anything but the best. That's a lot of pressure, and we're getting closer and closer to our deadline, but these guys are determined. And if it means we all work all night, then we work all night.
This has got a base coat, clear coat paint job. So we're gonna do a 3-step process. We're gonna use the McKee's Fast Compound, that's the aggressive compound, cut it, get all the swirls and scratches out, follow that with the fast polish, and we're gonna follow that with the wax. But Jim, I wanna get you under the hood and start working on that engine. And Rodney, this is gonna be kind of hard and dirty, but I want you to start tackling the front suspension into the wire wheels, get all that road grime out of there. And Antonio, Godfrey, we're gonna start working on the paint. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's get to it. Anytime you're compounding paint, you have two things building up on the face of your pad. You have the compound residue, you also have the paint you're removing, because you're taking a little bit of paint off as you're leveling the surface. And as they build up on the face of your pad, you want to clean that off before you add fresh product. So to do that, this is called a nylon pad conditioning brush or a cleaning brush. And I just like to kind of set that against my leg and then just run that brush over it. It's real simple. Now that pad is clean and ready to go back to work.
All right, Mike, so I noticed this Rolls has several silver trim plates on it. How do we get this clean? Because it's got a bit of a yellowish tinge to it.
You want to use a fine metal polish. Go ahead and start doing a little rubbing and just go back and forth in straight lines.
No circles so I don't scratch it.
And now turn your applicator pad over. Check that out.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. So it had kind of a yellow tinge to it.
Yeah.
And now let's wipe off and inspect. Look at the brightness is back.
Okay, yeah, the yellowness is gone.
Yeah.
Every surface of this incredible Rolls has got to be 100%. The standards of Amelia Island accept nothing less. The Concours D'Elegance literally translated means a competition of elegance. And the Amelia Island event, since its inception in 1996, has risen to lofty heights amongst enthusiasts of rare and beautiful classic cars.
It's one thing to have a car entered in the show or to be asked to come to the show, but to walk away with a trophy is just icing on the cake.
What I typically shoot for is a class award. The game that you really play is you get the car, you show the car, you get the accolades on the car, which validates the value of the car, and then when you sell it, hopefully you can sell it for more than you paid for it.
This car seems to keep getting bigger and bigger. But once the truck arrives in the morning, this ride has got to hit the road. We cannot miss our mark. No worries, this is what we do.
Hello, Bob McKee here. And I know there's a lot of good car waxes to choose from, and we all have our favorites. Have you ever just finished waxing your car, and while it looked better, it just didn't have that deep gloss look? In my 3 decades in the car care business, I found a solution. It's McKee's 37, a collection of car care products for the novice to the professional. If you're looking for that show car shine, pick up some McKee's 37. It's so good, I put my name on it.
Doc's passion for classic automobiles is obvious, just looking at the care and devotion he gives to each and every car in his collection. But when it comes to the Amelia Island Concours, having a love for your car isn't enough. They have to look immaculate, better than you. It's no easy task, but failure is not an option. We've just finished the compound phase and now on to my favorite, the jeweling phase.
Because this is actually a doorknob, someone's gonna be grabbing that with their fingers, getting finger stains, finger oil buildup. There's actually some smears and some spots on there. And to clean it, I'm actually gonna use a light cleaner wax, which is the McKee's jeweling wax. So we use this on the paint, and in the same way that it'll clean and maximize the gloss on paint, it's just gonna lightly clean and bring up the gloss and the beauty of this ivory. And to do it, I'm just gonna use some simple little microfiber gloves here. Put some of that right there on my fingers, and then just come down here and just squish it around. And then after that, just wipe any excess off. It's really that simple. And that ivory looks like it is brand new again.
We're down to the last step of this beautiful Rolls, and that is the very delicate hand wax. So what's the difference between this wax and any other wax?
Well, this is what's called a finishing wax. It's a true show car wax. This is the McKee's trademark wax. And what sets it apart is there's no cleaners, there's no abrasives, there's no harsh solvents. All you're gonna get out of this is protection, a coat of protection, and a deep wet shine. And that's what you're looking for after you've removed all the swirls and scratches in the paint on a vehicle like this. You want that beautiful finish.
All right, Mike, what do you think?
I think we're done. Towels down, gloves off. Give yourselves a big round of applause, man. You guys really came through on this one.
Yeah, lots of work in a short amount of time.
Now it's time to bring in our judges.
Doc, Wes, we're done.
Look at how nice it came out. Those
Perfect.
You gotta love it, Wes. Look at how nice the interior looks. And if I get the trophy, I promise you, I'm going to send it to you because it's yours for the excellence you did on the car. It is exquisite. And when I tell you the car is exquisite, it is better than what it ever looked like on the showroom floor.
One of the things I was most impressed with was the time that it took them to bring the car up to the standard it is. I couldn't imagine that it turned out as nice as it has.
And the final nod of approval comes from our very own Bob McKee.
Hey, Bob. How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey,
Good seeing you.
sorry I'm late, but I just got in town, and it doesn't look like I missed a trick here, guys. You did a
They
great
didn't
job.
miss a trick.
you.
This is better than best.
Well, I just can't wait to see it on the lawn tomorrow. It's going to be awesome.
It's a serious contender.
Welcome to the world-renowned Amelia Island Concours D'Elegance. And now, it's all up to the judges.
We're looking for actually the design of the car, but we also include the mechanical parts, the paint, the cleanliness of the engine compartment, the shine of everything, the chrome work, the leather interior. We look at everything.
And as Doc hoped, the judges were dazzled. And now, this incredible Rolls is driving home with an official Amelia Class Award.
Look at the car, look at the award, and I have to say thank you to them for helping me achieve this award for the 1933 Rolls-Royce.
Time was short and the work was hard, but we definitely made Doc's Rolls competition ready.